All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes. Okay, fair enough. Yes, you're saying?
No, I'm just saying how old people in Scotland just look old. They're just like, I'm just looking at your neighbor over here. And that was the same house with the old man, so I guess that's maybe her husband.
The racist?
I don't know if he's racist, bro. He was just looking out the window the whole time, and he just so happened to be looking in our direction. But old people like looking out windows. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Ain't got fuck all else to do.
To be honest, I think I'd be doing that all the time.
It's like when me and Sophie we had that shoot, and the old man was just sitting in the middle of the highway in his old fucking motor. It's like not even a car. At that point, it's called a motor. That's how old that car was. It's like, just sitting there eating apples and shit, kind of chilling. He wasn't really paying attention to nothing. Like, he just was like, this is what I do every day. I just come here in the middle of traffic and watch the cars drive by. You got fuck all else to do. Got my check this morning. Fuck that.
But my neighbors definitely avoided me, right?
Oh, today, you know what's crazy, right? So when we came out and he was out, he definitely looked dead at you and then walked in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell me that before.
Yeah, because I didn't want you to fucking obsess over it.
Wait, what do you mean he looked dead at me? Like a dirty look?
Not a dirty look. He just looked at you, but he didn't have any kind of look on his face.
It's probably because I had a conversation with his son.
Right. He's like, you got to stop looking at the Paki boy dirty, Dad.
And he's probably looking at me more now because of what happened fucking 2 years ago.
Right. So speaking of so about that, like, how do you feel as... Actually, before we do that...
I had a feeling. What are you going to say?
Before we do that, welcome to our podcast. This is Stream of Consciousness. I'm Douglas Ferguson. It's Immy Perez.
Immy Perez.
And we're driving in Emmy's car. Currently, we are in Lonehead, which is part of Edinburgh, outside of Edinburgh. Outside of Edinburgh in Scotland, United Kingdom. All these fucking titles, bro. You just can't say I'm in this place, that place. Like in New York, you're just like, if you're from Brooklyn, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, or I'm from Brooklyn, United States.
Yeah, but you could easily say I'm from Lonehead, Scotland, or I'm from Edinburgh, Scotland.
It's a lot of titles, bro.
There's 2 fucking titles. It's exactly the same as Brooklyn, New York.
Nah.
I ain't fucking, it's like, you don't have to say United Kingdom.
Anyways, welcome to our podcast. It's Stream of Consciousness. We've been, trying to do this podcast for like I've been here for like a month.
No, it's not a month.
3 weeks. And we've been trying to do this podcast, but like Emmy's been stalling. So I finally fucking guilted him into doing it.
Oh, so you do admit that you guilt me into things, yeah?
I have to, because that's the only way to get shit done. I can't be like, I can't just be like, all right, bro, you ready to do it? And anybody else, all right, I knew you came out here for this. I know you're determined to do this. You talked to me. We've been talking about it for months. Let's do it. So anybody else would have been ready to go. You're just like, wait, but then I gotta think about this.
But that's not true. That's not true. Even you know that's not true.
I mean, but come on, man.
You know that's not true, though.
True. But what about that? This is like our 4th attempt, and every attempt you've gone completely quiet.
Well, I'm not quiet now.
Of course, because I had to like force you into this. It's not even a guilt trip. It's literally me yelling and screaming at him until he feels guilty.
I don't even feel guilty.
And then they always say, "Oh, I'm so mean. I'm so this. I'm so that." I'm not mean at all. No, they're like, you're always angry. Like, well, why the fuck do you think I'm always angry?
She's just angry.
No, I'm not.
Classic angry black man.
Nah, everybody there's a reason why black people are angry.
Shit.
What?
Oh shit.
What happened?
Oh shit.
What? What happened?
I think my wallet's in the washing machine.
Oh shit. Let's drive back, bro.
Oh shit.
Let's drive back.
No,
this is definitely going in. So, Emmy just put a load of laundry in.
I thought I left my fucking keys, and then I found my keys. No.
What made you think of your wallet? The KFC that we just saw?
No. Actually, I was thinking about driving to Krispy Kreme's. Fuck. No. Hold on. Definitely not in here.
No, there's no wallet in there.
Oh, that's great. It's reassuring. Fuck. Wait. Fuck! Did the credit cards get messed up in the washing machine?
Nah.
Oh, well, That's okay.
And neither does your money, right? Then you guys change your dollar so does it get ruined in the washing machine?
That was like one £5 note.
Oh, just one five. Oh, just the £5 note?
Just the £5 notes. Actually, the other money, it does survive. You just got to dry it.
Yeah, all money pretty much survives. It just looks like it's been through a washing machine.
Yeah, I mean, money is funny. It looks like it's...
Money is funny.
No, I mean, it looks like it can't survive shit. But it tends to survive.
Well, that's because money is mostly cotton, other materials. It's not necessarily made from paper like we assume.
It's probably good ink as well.
And the ink, of course. You have to have top quality ink.
Not imp. I was thinking about Game of Thrones there for some reason.
Because I was talking about the Sophie.
Yeah.
The tower. But yeah, so why is it so hot in here, bro? Turn the heat down. It's fucking...
Because the windows were steamed up.
Yeah. What the fuck?
And I'll end up taking you back to that place again.
What place?
Place with the bats.
Nah, the sun's out now. So it's like 10 p.m. Well, it's 10:30. And it's still actually bright outside.
It's not bright, it's dark.
It's bright in comparison. New York would be pitch black by now.
It's blue. It's like an NYPD blue. That's the best description.
No, it's not. NYPD blue is quite darker than this. It's a dark blue.
Yeah, dark blue.
This is like sunset. It's like twilight. That's the word. Twilight.
Is this what a twilight is?
Yeah.
Why did I always think it was something else? So this is what...
Gay vampires?
Is that why that book's called Twilight?
I have no idea why it's called Twilight. She just, I guess when she was writing it, she's just like, it sounds like nighttime.
Sounds cool.
Twilight, yeah, exactly. Sounds cool. Fuck it. Little girls are gonna love this shit.
Little girls.
Which she was right, so.
Little girls.
What's the name of the writer? It's Stephen. No, that's the director of the movie. What's the name of the writer?
Is it the same woman that wrote 50 Shades of Grey, or is that someone
No,
else?
the woman who wrote 50 Shades of Grey wrote that like she was inspired. It was like Twilight. It was supposed to be Twilight fan fiction.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, that's weird. Right.
Right. Run in, check in.
I'm just freaking out about my wallet right now, man.
So go do that. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna talk to people by myself.
Huh.
Just drive up.
I don't get angry with them as well.
No, I'm not gonna get angry with nobody. I'm not angry.
Oh shit. See. Yeah, I'm not angry.
I'm not angry.
Oh yeah. We got keys.
Yeah, keys right here.
Okay. Alright. Handbrake's off. Shit, that's not gonna be a good idea.
Put the handbrake back on so I don't die. You see how he's trying to set me up?
Alright. Alright, I'm back.
Alright. So we're talking about releasing this thing unedited, so we're just gonna keep it rolling. I'm gonna keep talking to you guys. So I came out here to work on a documentary and a few other projects as well as this podcast. The documentary is called Beats and Bagpipes, and it's about the hip-hop scene here in Scotland. And a lot of people have been asking me, well, why Scotland? Why Scotland? Like a year ago, 2 years ago now, I met my friend Stevie Creed, and I met him in Brooklyn, and he's got his wallet on him. I'll continue this story another time. Yeah, it was in your back pocket, wasn't it?
No, it was in the house.
Oh.
Oh. I was exhilarated.
Where was it?
It was in the bedroom. Because, I'm that type of person. I empty my pockets in the house.
Well, you went in the bedroom that quickly and came back out?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you move fast.
Yeah, I told you I move fast.
First time I've ever seen you move quickly. Now we know what to do. I don't know what to do at the gym, bro. Just hide your wallet.
I do okay at the gym. No?
Yeah, you do all right.
All right, so you just lied to me then, do you?
No, I say you do all right.
Yeah, but you said that condescending.
You did better than Stevie did the first time I took him to the gym. He couldn't even survive the workout.
Is that supposed to make me feel better, though?
Yeah, it is supposed to make you feel better. Stevie's the one talking about how much in shape he is and all this other shit and all the muscles he has and I'm Stevie Creed. All my stamina.
So, you want to talk about the Manchester thing?
All right, let's start driving a little bit before we get into that.
It's quite intense.
Yeah, man, can't be backing out. You need to have your concentration. It was almost on the road. So we're gonna get into this whole thing about Manchester, and both Immy and I are two men of color, and Immy is Pakistani. I'm African American.
I was gonna say something else. Yes.
He is a born UK citizen. So none of these comments on foreigners and all this other shit.
My father was born here too.
His father was born here too, so third generation.
Is it
Second generation. Second generation.
Or is it 2.5? Second and a half? Mom's from Pakistan.
Nah. Only, I don't know. It all depends on where it counts from. Mom or dad.
Well, it doesn't matter. I got my British passport.
Right. That's all that matters.
Although it means fuck all, really.
It does, man. When that guy had a British passport in the U.S., they sent him back.
Oh, who?
And this is from Scotland as well, I think he was.
When was this?
This was a while ago. This is when all of that shit was going on with the Trump shit.
There was a Welsh teacher got sent back as well.
Right.
And
no, that was the thing. He was Welsh.
Yeah,
he wasn't
yeah,
Scottish.
Right. Oh yeah, no, but you know the whole thing is fucked up because we were just talking about how I was gonna come out to New York.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've got this thing looming over me where my dad wants me to go to Pakistan.
And there lies the issue.
I know.
Now, if he's never gone to Pakistan or never gone back to the Middle East, they're pretty fine with it. It's like, when's the last time you went? 20-something years ago. Oh, this was before this shit was created. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But if if he goes back now, then you try to come into the U.S., they would,
Or even worse, which is actually what's most likely going to happen. I go there for 2 weeks, come back, and then a month later, I head out to New York.
Right.
It's like the timeline.
Oh my God, that would be. They'd be like, what? So let's talk about it. And the reason why is because this kid who pulled this off, he was a British citizen as well.
And the reason I'm calling him a kid is because he's only 22
years old. Yeah. So this Manchester attack at the Ariana Grande concert.
Which actually. Another subject matter which no one else seems to be talking about.
Why the fuck were there 8-year-old kids
at
this concert? It's very tragic, very sad, but I just can't get out of my head what was an 8-year-old doing at an Ariana Grande concert. As her lyrics are pretty racy, and she talks about this guy's making them move side to side. That's she
talks about getting fucked so good. She can only walk side to side because she's just got fucked so good.
And obviously she doesn't write her own music. She's got writers and all that other shit like that, but she still sings them. She still knows what the songs are about. Parents are not stupid. They know what the songs are about. So the fact that there were children there is insane. But either all, there still would be teenagers. So there still would be kids there anyway because there still would be teenagers there.
That's the thing. At the end of the day,
right.
No one's saying anything about that, each to their own, but it's just bizarre. I found that element bizarre.
Right.
But the whole thing is absolutely tragic. Beyond tragic.
So, a lot of people, I think, especially in America, where there is the hugest Islamophobia.
Do you think that is the case, though?
In America, yeah.
See, I don't know if that is the case.
I mean, it is. As long as listen,
I think in America, right? I think Americans are more confident to just voice it. I think here, it is there. It's just you just have to look for it harder.
No, right, but no, it's bigger in America because there's more Americans. Just by numbers. If you take it just by the numbers.
But if we go by percentage,
right, it's still more Americans. London has a fucking Muslim mayor. That would never happen in America. We had Bloomberg, who was like. He was Jewish, but a non-religious Jewish mayor, and they had an issue. There were people who had issues with that. And he wasn't even religious.
Which is kind of crazy because America has almost the same amount of Jews as Israel. Was it 14 million?
We have way more Jews in America.
It's about 7 million on the East Coast, 7 million on the West Coast.
No, we have way more Jews in America than Israel. Way more.
I'm sure it's only a difference of 1 million.
Because it's way more, and we have different types of Jews. We have all kinds of Jews in America. We have. You have the
Drake weekend.
Yeah, but Drake in the Weeknd's from Canada.
Oh shit!
And they're from Canada too. Yeah, but they're two different kinds of Jews though. Like, because the Weeknd is a Canadian Jew, but Drake, I think his mom is like Ashkenazi, the white Jew.
Wait, so how is the Weeknd a Canadian Jew?
No, he's an Ethiopian Jew.
Oh right.
Ethiopian Jews, that's the real Jews. Those are the Jews. I think they're the oldest tribe of Jewish people is the Ethiopian Jews.
And Ethiopian refugees get treated like shit in Israel.
They do, which is
just terrible.
I mean, they even call them Beta Israel.
It's terrible. I was actually watching what's his name, Netanyahu or I can't.
Netanyahu?
I can't say it.
Yeah.
I was watching him speak the other day, and he was just saying how Israel's so great. We give everyone equal rights. We're the only place in the world that gives equal rights. And I was just like,
No, but the Africans, period. Not. See, I don't know if it's the Ethiopian Jews or it's just the Africans.
I think it's just Africans. I think they just
Yeah. I don't think it's Ethiopian Jews. I think it's Africans.
Well, in saying that,
They do the same thing in China. They do the same thing in Sweden. They do the same thing all over the world.
But
you know.
there is a huge percentage of Israelis. I mean, it appears to me there's a huge percentage of Israelis that are very outgoing and they don't hold the racist views. I mean, if you know TV shows like Homeland,
Right.
like that came from Israel,
Right.
the original, and it's like the ideas, you know, of kind of racism and making people think. Liberal media, I suppose you can call it. No? Disagree?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You have to be more. You have to really say what you need to say.
Well, it's like everyone has this impression of Israel and how all the Jews in Israel think a certain way, but really, like any society, any culture, you scratch beneath the surface, it's never the case. Maybe the people that hold the power hold a certain view.
What do you mean? In terms of what?
In terms of,
Be explicit. Say the words you need to say.
well,
You're being very vague right now.
like racist against other.
That Israelis are racist.
Yeah.
Well, of course. I mean, in their own, everybody's look at the whole Palestine situation, right? And that's a whole fucking bag of shit right there, Israel, Palestine. But look at how when they were bombing Palestine, how like you had Israeli people like kind of sitting in lounge chairs watching that and watching people dying, you know. And obviously they feel like, you know, it's okay because, well, they did it to us, so we're gonna do it to them. Or, you know, and then that's the cycle because the Hamas feel the same way. And it's not even the whole Palestine. It's literally like the Hamas. And it always bugs me out when you have like Christians in America talk about, they're sitting there celebrating. They're saying, yeah, you know, kill them Palestinians. And I was like, well, one, the person you claim to worship was Palestinian. Two, there are more Christians in Palestine who are getting murdered and bombed too than there are in Israel. And I'm not saying I side with Palestine and the Palestinian-Israeli thing. I have no dog in that fight at all. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. But I hate the celebration of death in any way. No one should celebrate death. You know, even when America, you know, even when we got our enemies, we killed. When they finally got Osama bin Laden, you know, there was this urge that you want to celebrate because I watched with my own two eyes. I watched the towers fall down, not on TV, in real life. And there is this urge that you want to celebrate that, but then you're celebrating death, and it's just like there's the Christian in me that can never celebrate death. I know that person will get what they deserve on the other side and let God do the justice because God is the judge.
You don't feel there's a little bit more to it? Do you think it's very black and white? Osama bin Laden masterminded it, came up with it, done it?
He didn't. I mean, obviously he wasn't the mastermind behind it, right? As they say. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist, you know, because a lot of these conspiracy theories, they are very thin.
Yes.
They're very thin, and they can easily be disputed. You know, but there are conspiracy theories that I've always believed that were thick as shit, and you know it's real. But that ain't one of them.
You know, it's funny, right? My first experience of New York, when I first went there, was very pleasant for the most part.
Right.
Except for this one white woman. Like, she was just like, she made me feel like shit. But there was
How did you do that? How she made you feel like shit?
Well, when I came and I landed and I didn't have a phone, I couldn't contact anyone. And you guys have got all these payphones that are disconnected. And there's a sign on it that says,
Dicks.
Sorry.
Welcome to New York with all dicks.
There's a sign on the payphones that says, these payphones have been disconnected. If you have any issues, please call this number. And I was like,
how are you going to call the number?
Yeah. I was actually standing there staring at it for 2 minutes like, this can't be right. What the hell's going on? And then I was asking people, you know, can I borrow your phone? Can I borrow your phone? And everyone was just like busy, a lot of taxi drivers or whatever. I went outside, there was one white woman, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was very polite. I was like, excuse me, miss, I've just landed. Is there any chance that I can borrow your phone for 2 seconds, just so I can phone someone to just pick me up? And she looked at me up and down, she clutched her bag, moved back, and then she's like, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And then she walked away. And I was like, wow, that would never happen here.
I don't know, you might have been reading into that. People, especially in America, are very personal about their phones.
Well, I was walking about, lingering about. This black guy was just like, "Hey man, you okay?" I was like, and I explained the situation. He's like, "Yeah man, here, take my phone."
It's because he's black.
Yeah, well. So that's what made me think more about the
black guys. Black guys are always the most helpful people in the world. It's not even that's not even a joke. Like,
I made about several calls, and I asked him. I was like, "Sorry man, I'm sorry I'm using all your minutes." He's like, "It's okay man, it's a company phone. I ain't paying for that."
Was he dark skinned?
Yeah.
It's always the dark-skinned black dudes, man. They're always the most helpful guys. They're just like, yeah, man, it's all right. Go ahead, man. You need to lift somewhere? Let me get in my car. You know,
he's a bit chubby as well. I think fat people,
always
fat people
fat
feel for fat people. Do you know what I mean? You just you feel it for each other.
No, but it's like, if you think about it, right? Even in the movies, right? They're always the magical black guy who always helps out the white guy.
And the magical black guy.
It's always a magical black guy, right? It's always dark-skinned. It's always a dark-skinned black guy.
Magical. Is this because you watched The Golden Child?
No. The Golden Child wasn't. There were no white people in the Golden Child. It was Asian people. What are you talking about?
Like the magical black guy.
Nah, but he wasn't magical. The kid was magical.
Oh yeah, shit.
No, but speaking of Eddie Murphy, he just did this movie. It was called Mr. Some shit. I forgot. Fuck, Mr. Noble, some shit like that. And he played a magical black guy, and he was like a chef for this woman, and And it wasn't bad. It was actually, the acting, Eddie Murphy was amazing in it acting-wise. But it's just, like, again, another magical black guy movie. And I watched it on Amazon. And it wasn't too bad. It just was, like, why couldn't this be a little black girl that he was raising? A little Asian girl that he was taking care of? It had to be a white girl?
No, you got to appeal to the masses.
But then, that doesn't appeal to the masses anymore. That's a dead business format.
Well, yeah, we know that.
It's like they're all operating on the Stevie Creed form of business.
Well, no one knows what that form of business is.
Exactly! That's the point!
But the point, what I was going to say was, when I first went to New York, I felt quite welcomed. I don't know, it was weird. It was like this halal food in every corner. You tell people, I was scared to tell people, when they asked my name and shit. And then like, oh, you Muslim? Oh, salam alaikum, my brother. And
every black person, I told you, that's the one thing that every black person knows how to say. That goes back to Malcolm X days and all that stuff. When the Nation of Islam, and almost everybody has a family member. Like my grandfather's Muslim. My brothers at one point, both of them were Muslims.
But
back and forth.
The second time though, in your area, it's fucking scary.
I live in Dyker Heights. If anybody's ever been to Dyker Heights, Brooklyn. It's pretty fucking racist. Sorry. It's true. Amazing Christmas lights. All these Catholic churches. All this religion stuff. Super racist.
Well, especially that one Trump guy.
Oh, this guy walks up to Immy. And he's just pointing at him. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Now the guy's homeless. But
that was the most bizarre experience of my life. I've never experienced anything like that.
It's just weird, bro. It's just weird.
Because you and me we were just minding our own business.
Why are we sitting in the parking lot?
Oh, well, I was gonna ask, do you want something from here?
Oh, you buying?
Well, yeah, okay, I'll buy you.
Emmy likes to offer some shit. Like he'll offer. You want something? You'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, give me some money.
I'm skint right now. I'm skint. What'd you want?
What are you getting?
I was gonna get 2 donuts and a coffee.
All right, I'll take that.
What kind of donut do you want?
Just a regular, and we got Krispy Kremes, a regular, whatever the Krispy Kreme shit is.
The regular?
Yeah, chocolate. One regular, one chocolate.
Really? Chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate, motherfucker, like me.
Ugh, fuck that shit.
Fuck you.
Biscoff's the best.
What's Biscoff?
It's Biscoffy biscuit.
Okay, I'll take that.
Do you like Biscoffy biscuit?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
They got a cruller.
Crawler?
I don't know. Is that what
I'll take the chocolate dream cake.
Chocolate dream cake. Okay.
Yeah, and a Lotus Biscoff.
Oh, and a Biscoff? Okay.
Yeah, chocolate dream cake, Lotus Biscoff.
Okay. Oh, Nutella. Hi, can I please get 2 regular coffee combos?
What kind of coffee?
1 cappuccino.
Doug? Yes, cappuccino.
Cappuccino for both, actually.
Sorry?
Cappuccino for both?
2 cappuccinos, what kind of donut?
Can I get, with one of them, a Biscoff and a chocolate dream cake?
Yeah.
And with the other one, Biscoff. And do you still have the peanut butter?
No, we don't actually.
Okay, can I just get original glazed?
I don't have an original glaze either. We're short on rings tonight. I've got all the filled donuts, but not the rings.
Right, okay. Then can I get raspberry?
Coconut and raspberry.
No, glazed raspberry.
No, I've not got that either. Sorry, I've just sold the last one.
Okay.
It's been really busy tonight, I'm sorry. I'll tell you what I've got. I've got apple pie, cruller, custard, strawberry cream, dream cake, Nutella, lemon cheesecake, Hershey's filled, Hershey's ring, or coconut and raspberry.
I'll take the cruller.
The cruller,
Okay.
And 2 cappuccinos.
Yeah, regular.
Yes, regular. Just head on up to the window for me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Seems to be a running theme since I've come to Scotland. They really like their fast food joints here.
Well, doesn't everybody?
And they're always sold out of shit here. Bro, we ran around to KFC and every KFC, this was like a couple weeks ago, every KFC had no chicken. How the fuck you have no chicken at KFC?
Wait, was it every? No, one was
We
closed.
went to 2.
One was
Oh,
closed.
one was closed and the other one had no chicken.
Yeah. Oh, the one was
All right.
closed.
But that's been seemed like again, but that's happened multiple times in different places I've gone to. Oh, we don't have this,
But that was a good thing.
and it's like, well, yeah, because then we went to our chicken
exactly.
place.
See,
Then we went to we found a chicken spot. So everybody in New York knows where a chicken spot is. Everybody from the hood, anyway.
You know, since this opened, it was always 24 hours. I've just noticed they're going to change their times. I wonder why.
Because they, I don't know, maybe.
It's always
just-
packed. I see people here at night.
Wow, they just said they've been having a crazy night on the Wednesday. This is 2 guys just standing there, looking like fucking douchebags.
Blocking like the car.
And fucking reflectors. Who the fuck wears suits and reflectors? I don't care if they can hear us. You're rolling up the window. The fuck are they gonna do? They ain't gonna do motherfuck all. That's right, motherfucker. I'm talking about you. So yeah, let's talk. So how do you feel as a person? One thing I keep interrupting people. I'm like, damn it, get to the fucking point already. I want to make a differentiation, at least for Americans. All right, people who are from Pakistan are not from the Middle East.
No, from Asia.
They're just from South Asia, right? Is it South Asia?
It's South Asia. Yeah.
South Asia. They're not from the Middle East. We need to stop saying Pakistani people are Middle Eastern. They're not Middle Eastern.
In Bangladesh, that's not Middle Eastern either.
That's not Middle Eastern either. All right.
Or Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Southeast in Indonesia.
And
Southeast.
Indonesia is like, is that not like that's?
But nobody calls Indonesia Southeast. Anything once you start looking East Asian-y in America, then you're just Asian, right? That's how Americans are. East Asia is Asian. Every other place, unless you're Indian, then you're just Indian. But every other place is Middle Eastern because that's just how their minds work. Especially in the middle of the Americas, unfortunately.
Are you not 24 hours anymore then? Are you not 24 hours anymore?
No, we close at 11 o'clock.
Emmy's always asking, like having long conversations with
It's
fast food
always,
workers.
it's always busy, like 2 in the morning. That's why I'm asking. Oh, young stuff.
He had this like really long conversation with a McDonald's worker the other day.
Is that a payment card?
Yeah.
All right, I thought you were showing me some kind of discount card.
I didn't even know you had a discount card.
Sorry?
I didn't even know you had a discount card.
Well, you have a student, but you get discount if you're student or police or emergencies. Would you like any sugar for your coffee?
Do you want sugar?
Nah.
No sugar, thank you.
That was so sweet.
Thank you. Alright, thank you very much. Cheers. There you go.
Alright, so we're driving. It says 3 donuts, but there's only 2 donuts in there.
Box.
That she gave us.
I can't believe we're not 24 hours anymore. That pisses me off.
Bro, you go to sleep at like fucking
I know, but,
10 o'clock.
You know,
What do
I
you
like
care?
options. If I want to get up 2 in the morning and fucking get a coffee and a
Just
donut,
wake up, oh, it's 2 in the morning, I need a donut.
Yeah. That's really pissed me off, man. I don't know how I'm gonna survive, man.
This is the first time I've been here for 3 weeks. This is the first time you've come to Krispy Kreme.
I know, but it's just I like options. You know, why open 24 hours?
Is it because the McDonald's closed and you have no place to get coffee?
Oh yeah, I forgot about McDonald's. Oh man, just pissed me off even more.
So Emmy was going to McDonald's every day, not to eat McDonald's, just to get the cappuccino, but not even just to get the cappuccino, just because he wanted to use this voucher card shit. And he spent all of this money for the cappuccinos just to get the voucher and just so he could get one free one. So you'd have to get literally buy 6 cappuccinos just to get one free cappuccino.
That's where you're wrong though, because when you get your 6th cappuccino, it comes with a voucher, cancels out the 6th one. So technically, you only have to buy 5. If you think about it, the first one's an investment.
No, okay.
But the coffee is good. I mean, taste this coffee. It's a bit weak, right? A little bit.
Sorry.
So, anyways, we're talking about Middle Eastern.
All right. So, just to sum it up, Pakistan, not the Middle East. South Asia. India, South Asia. There's a difference between Arabs and Sikhs. These are things that a lot of Americans don't know.
Actually, there's a lot of British people who don't know. Every time there's a terrorist attack,
they attack
Sikhs
They
because
do the same thing in America. So
retarded. I mean, you guys have an education system. Don't you have religious education?
No, separation between church and state, bro.
So really, so they don't teach anything about religion?
Nope.
Except and there must be certain parts of America where they do teach religion like fuck.
I mean, they go to these Sunday schools and they teach their, bastardized, indoctrinated version of Christianity.
So
puritanical version of Christianity.
Here we have religious education where you learn about world religions.
Yeah, you can't do that here. But you guys are headed by the church, the Church of England and all that stuff. So your church and state is combined.
No. Because first of all, Church of England is only in England. We're in Scotland.
That's true. Okay, right. Yeah, all right, you're right.
But no, it's not. I mean, I went to a Catholic school as well, though.
Right.
But they still taught us about Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism.
You see, it cracks me up because that would never happen in America. You could never be a Muslim who goes to a Catholic school. They would never let you. They would never accept you.
This is stupid.
They'd be like, well, no. You have to be. They in certain Catholic schools, they'd be like, you have to be Catholic to get into the school.
Well, the thing is here...
Not all the Catholic schools in America, certain ones.
Well, here it's illegal, I think, for the schools to discriminate. Plus, another thing as well, to be honest, if the Catholic school wasn't accepting Muslims, that shit would be empty, because half the fucking population of that school is non-Catholic. They weren't all Muslims.
Which is weird, because what better way to, instill the religious thought of Christianity in someone than when they're a child?
Well, you say that, but my opinion of it is, what better way to mix people up and get a better understanding of other cultures while you're growing up. I got a lot of respect for other religions. I'm not a religious person,
right?
But I put it down to that.
So you got non-religious Muslim. I'm a non-religious. I'm a Christian. I'm just not into religion. I'm into the idea of Christianity. Spiritualism of Christianity.
See, the thing is, so I believe myself.
I just don't believe in religious dogma.
But see, the thing is, I'm the same.
Rules that were created by men and not God.
I don't know if
that we created and installed into.
I don't think there's any such thing as non-religious Muslim.
I've never heard of it.
Because it doesn't exist.
You can be a non-religious Jew.
I'm a Muslim when I'm around Muslims. Dangerous not to be.
See, when you say that, right? I think it's crazy that you have these fears that everybody else has of Muslims. You have these fears of Muslims.
Oh, I'm terrified of them. That sounds so crazy. It sounds so bad, actually.
It does, because you're a Muslim and you have a fear of Muslims.
Yeah, well, because they scare me.
Now, is it that fear was because of what you grew up in, or was it media infused?
Both. It's a combination of both. Yeah, I'm on the inside. I know. So
elaborate, take us through this, because people really want to know. People who are like me, who don't. I know a bit. My grandfather, is a Muslim. My brothers are Muslims, but Black American Muslim and Middle Eastern Muslims, two different worlds, man.
Well, yeah, of course.
So take us into the story, man. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm eating my donuts.
Well, the thing is, no, this was lay on.
I need to see my donuts, bro.
Hold on.
I'm gonna be eating your donuts by mistake. Alright, you can switch the light on. Alright, so go ahead, take us into this world, man.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to say that I am the biggest scholar on the thing because I've never really delved 100% into it. I feel I should, but the elements I have delved into are enough. And when I was younger, we had to go to mosque. It was always the little things that bugged me out and bothered me. First of all, they teach you Arabic, but they don't actually teach you Arabic. They teach you how to read Arabic so you can read the Quran, and they tell you what the religion's all about, but you never actually get to decipher for yourself because they never actually teach you Arabic. Do you see what I'm saying? I could learn how to read Arabic so I can read the Quran. You start with an alphabet book and you start with like sentence structure and everything, except you never know what you're reading. You never know.
That was like during the days of Henry VIII when he let people read the Bible, but they weren't allowed to interpret it.
And it was crazy to me. And then I remember saying to my auntie one time, I don't understand, why can't I just read the Quran in English? At least then I'll understand what I'm reading. And she said, right, because God only gives you 50% of goodwill if you read it in English, and you get 100% if you read it in Arabic. And I was like, what? That made no sense to me.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I was like, so what, God discriminates against different languages? She's like, yeah, because Arabic is the language of God. And the thing is, I don't necessarily think that is the case in the religion itself. I think that's just something, it's like urban legends are just woven into the religion.
I would disagree wholeheartedly with that, because I'd say, well, there were languages that existed before Arabic.
As Aramaic.
Aramaic is probably the oldest.
Well.
No, it's what's the thing with the S? Samaritans. They're the first civilization.
But then do we really know what civilizations existed before that? Because we struggle to find information about civilizations that existed. And that's another thing that really thingies me about religion. I look at people, right?
Right.
We've been around. I mean, we know, right? And I don't care. You can dispute this all you want, anyone out, right? But we know people have been farming land and cultivating rice and all that stuff for about 10,000 minimum, right? That's just us doing farming and stuff when we moved out of hunter-gatherer mode. But prior to that, we're pretty confident 90,000 at least we were roaming about, getting on with shit, doing shit.
Well, if they've found, and those people, who knows if they were. I mean, that just brings a whole different thing in. Anyway, so continue. Keep talking to us about, growing up in the religion and having your fears and everything.
Well, to be honest, my family was pretty fucked up as well. My family was just so messed up in every way. Everyone was always angry, and then, religion was mixed into the whole thing, and I just associated Islam with anger because my whole family was angry. So I'm sure there's nice Muslim families out there who grow up in a nice environment and think, oh yeah, it's all like, rosy. So I'm not gonna lie, my view on it is probably tainted a lot because of my personal experiences. But I don't know. I think I've grew up here, and from a young age, a lot of things were drummed into my head. I mean, I'll be honest, I actually did believe at one point when I was younger, British Empire was the best thing that ever happened to the world. I was like, yeah, they gave us railways? We were savages before that. Obviously now, I know a lot more about history. But at the time, yeah, and I was like, I mean, even if you think about the way I speak, I always wanted to be a Victorian, Edwardian gentleman, because that appealed to me more growing up.
It explains why you don't have this, like, heavy Scottish accent.
Because, yeah, and that's another thing.
Yeah, but then neither does Sophie, neither does Zoe, neither does a few friends of mine.
I think some people just stick their noses up at it, but for me, I do have other reasons. I grew up in a village where we were the only coloured people in the whole village, and we used to get bullied sometimes, and it was racial bullying, and I used to hate that, and it used to make me feel inferior. It used to make me feel really shit, and I used to watch a lot of television. So I made a conscious decision that I'd rather speak like these people I watch on television, because these people inspired me, whereas these people who insulted me made me feel like shit. I don't want to associate with them. So the way they spoke is the way I decided to kind of move away from. I used television to guide my speech pattern. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah. I mean, some of the shows I watched were American, so it's just as well I don't have an American accent. That would be weird.
So, you have this kind of fear that was installed because you associate Islam with anger.
Well, the preachers, they were always in a bad mood.
Right.
I never felt like they enjoyed it, you know. They're teaching you about Islam, but they don't seem to be enjoying it, you know. It just feels like they're just doing it. It feels like it's just like an endless cycle. This is how we were taught.
Right.
We had a cane, and we got caned if we got the words wrong. We're gonna cane you too. Now that shit's illegal, right? Because it got to a point where people of my generation, or even my dad, you know, second generation, their kids would come home and say, "Yeah, I got caned today at the mosque," and I'm like, "What?" And then they call them up and say, "Who the fuck are you to cane my fucking kid? That's my fucking job." So, culture's obviously changed now. I don't know what it's like at mosque now. Maybe it's all nice and stuff. They teach you history. But it's the blind following aspect that really turned me off, if anything. And when I speak to some Muslim people now, right? Because obviously I do have a lot of Muslim family members, if not all of them, just about. I don't know, they say some bizarre things sometimes, and it's usually just like folklore kind of stuff, you know? Like my mum went crazy at me because I was whistling one time, and she says it was against our religion to whistle. That just pissed me off.
That's superstitious. Because a lot of that shit isn't even in the Quran. Well, it's just cultural superstition.
Well, what I do know now, though, is that it's forbidden in Islam, as far as I understand it, for strings, music. I know Muslims who refuse to listen to music, only listen to prayer-type music or anything that celebrates God.
It's just like in Christianity, yeah.
And the only thing that's allowed is a beat, a little bit of a rhythm. But that's it. No music, because it distracts you from the worship of God.
That's in Christianity as well.
Right.
It's Old Testament shit, you know that, right?
Right, so I can totally understand the whole...
But we all know that we got rid of that in Christianity because Jesus was partying, he was drinking, he was dancing, and he said the only thing that could distract you from God is you.
Yeah.
So I'm about to turn this water into wine, and we're gonna keep drinking. That's pretty much how it happened.
Well, the Islamic version of Jesus, I think, has a different variation.
Well, of course, because they see him as like a prophet, and you know, he did all the prophet-y things.
Muslims don't believe that Jesus died on the cross.
Yeah.
Do you know what they believe?
What?
Now, I could be wrong, but this is what I was told when I was younger.
No, go ahead.
Well, that when Jesus, he knew they were going to put him on the cross, he basically kind of ran away. And then he seen a tree when he was getting chased, and he commanded the tree to open up so he could hide inside it. And then he did that, and then God was like pissed off, like, "Why'd you do that shit for?" And Jesus was like, "What are you talking about? I want to save myself." God's like, "Yeah, but you're not God. It ain't your job to be commanding trees to do shit. That's my job." So God's like, "It's okay, no problem. I'll take you up to heaven and I'll put a replacement clone down, and then we'll hang that guy on the cross." And
What the fuck?
I could be totally paraphrasing,
bro.
right?
You might be making half this shit up.
I'm not, man. I'm telling you, that's what they. I'm saying it in my own way. That's not verbatim.
Oh, let's go down the scary route.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yeah, let's roll down. I want to see if we see any bats again.
What? Oh my god. Fuck.
So if anybody saw,
This is one way.
yeah, well,
I just turned
nobody's
down.
around.
Yeah, it is. I just turned down a one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, nobody's around.
Oh, if the cops saw me, man,
Oh, please.
they think I'm up to something.
We were like, listen, we're recording a podcast.
Yeah, they think we're doing reconnaissance for something bad.
Mm-hmm. I'll be like, I'm American. I ain't never been to no Middle Eastern countries. Oh, look at that lady walking in the middle of the street. Oh my God. See, as soon as we turn down this motherfucker, it starts getting creepy.
She's got
Look,
a nice
and,
ass.
oh, she does have a nice ass. But they're dressed similar. Look at how they're creeping around. What the fuck are they doing? She's in a robe. See, as soon as we turn down this street, it just gets creepy, bro.
I don't know, man, if that's what creepy looks like.
Oh, but they were. That's how creepy dusk could look like. You ever heard of Odysseus and the Sirens?
Nope.
You never read the Odyssey?
Nope.
What kind of fucking educated person are you?
I'm not. I dropped out of high school.
That's true. Fucking Philistine. Well,
Educated Muslims are the ones that blow themselves up. No, it's true. Look at it. They're always university educated.
that's true.
I said that to my little brother, and he was like, "Yeah, because it's like a breeding ground."
Yeah, but your brother wants to be an accountant, bro.
No, but he's the same. What he says It is a breeding ground. University is the best.
No, it is, because if you look at if you go back to like even in America in the 70s, all of those the Black Panthers and all those guys were like, they PhDs, and they were bats. Fuck, as soon as we come down here, the bats pop up again. Turn this heat off.
I was just trying to de-steam the window.
Jesus Christ.
Don't take his name in vain.
I said Crease. And I said Jesus with a G.
I'm so pissed off Krispy Kremes.
I used to say that, I used to say it all the time as a kid. And I used to be like, Jesus, every time I got angry. And one day, my Jewish teacher says, what if he answers you? What are you going to say? And I didn't have an answer for it. And since then, I stopped saying it, because it's like, what if he does answer you? Like, what would you say? Like, it's like, well, I don't know. Hey, what's up?
There was some guy that stepped out and said he was Jesus in this road right now.
I'd be like, keep driving. Hit him. If he's Jesus, he'll get back up.
You were saying about PhD or something.
Right. So like Bobby Seale, I think, was like PhD, and a lot of these guys from the Black Panther parties were all college educated guys, man. And yeah, college, in a lot of ways, that's why they used to discourage thinking. Even then, that goes all the way back in history. They never wanted if you go to ancient Rome, the plebs weren't allowed to read and everything, because once you encourage thinking, you realize that the system that you're in is fucked up. Where, those who are in power subjugate those who are weaker.
Do you think there's an elitism as well? Like, I'm at university, so, I must be more intelligent than the average person, so if this is shit I believe...
So I'm going to blow shit up because I'm going to blow myself up because I'm elitist. I think I'm better than everybody, so I'm going to kill everybody.
Oh my God, there's some guy behind me. I swear, I feel like he's going to run me off the road.
Bro, this is how it starts, man.
It's because I'm driving like a normal person.
So, wow, it's interesting. You have an interesting view of things, man. It's like, I noticed that you have the view of religion that a lot of kids who are forced into religion view religion.
Yeah.
And these are the kids who parents, like in America, they'll lie to them. They'll tell them about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all this other shit like that. And then they realize that all of that is fake. And they say, well, why isn't this fake? And, why is this real? Why isn't this fake? Why should I believe that but not believe this? Certain things like that. And they always reject religion. They become atheists.
Well, here's the thing. I don't consider myself an atheist, because I think there's something magical about the universe.
Right.
It's just something.
It's too complex to say that it's just formed by itself.
But then there's also this thing as well. Like, I don't know. I wonder, is the Earth a living entity in itself? I just don't.
I think you were just watching too much Guardians of the Galaxy, bro.
Nah. Oh, but actually, you know what? Think about it. Those ideas stem from other ideas as well. I mean, that Neil deGrasse thing is just that blew my mind, bro.
You're talking about the remake of
Yes.
What the hell was it called?
Look at this guy, so desperate to overtake me. I get it. You got somewhere to be. Turn around.
No, this is I like the view.
It's a nice view.
View over Scotland.
Yeah, but it's just all of our thoughts, they're forged in our experiences, no?
Yeah.
I mean, you like you always said, your experience was a good one. Religion was never forced upon you.
I think that's what it all comes down to, is that religion was never forced upon me. Yeah. Growing up, it was, you either went to church or you didn't. My mom never forced us to go to some place, or if we didn't want to go, we didn't have to go. She would like it if we did go, but we didn't have to.
You ever talk to her about that?
What?
Like now as an adult, that she knows that your religious beliefs and.
Yeah, me and my mom have really long conversations about God and religion. Like, we can talk for hours about it.
Was she forced to go when she was younger?
Nah, her mom was like into witchcraft and shit, so she wasn't forced to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. This place isn't as scary as it was.
Because it's lighter out. When we went last time, it was much darker.
And the car didn't have as good lights.
Right. We weren't in the nice car. We were in the fucking punishment mobile. That was making all kinds of noises. it was much darker out, and it's still light. It's 11 o'clock, bro. It's after 11, man. It's still got nice some blue outside. That's crazy. Summertime in Scotland, where the sun never really sets.
Wow. Yeah.
It sets, but it just kind of chills on the horizon. It's like, I see you, nigga.
Yep.
So yeah, if you guys want to know what we're talking about the place we're at, just like check out the little 10-minute thing I did yesterday or the other day, whenever this comes out, and you can see our experience rolling through this really creepy, demonic looking area. It's still creepy looking, man. There's still bats flying about. But you said you grew up in all over here and you've never seen bats in Scotland.
I'm from the city. This isn't the city.
I don't know. You see bats in New York sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that.
Central Park at night, definitely see some bats.
More chance of seeing Batman. I've seen Batman.
He ain't no hero, though. He'll probably rob you instead of helping you.
He was just a fat Mexican. He was trying to take photos of me. Your baby money. I was like, nah, man.
So to wrap things up, right? So you have this kind of fear of your own religion, or the religion you were brought up in.
Well, to be honest,
So do you feel like you're a Muslim by hostage? Remember I said that to you, like you're like a Muslim by hostage because you're always afraid to say things.
I can't be open and honest.
You just were.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's because I don't really expect a lot of people who know me to hear this. I think it's in the small circles. See, that's the thing. The world's big, right? A lot of people that will hear this will never be people that know me, I think. I fucking hope not.
Wow. You're going to start getting phone calls.
I mean,
the biggest fear since I've known Immy for about 2 years now, and every time we talk about doing stuff or saying stuff, he's like, oh man, I might get a fatwa put on me. And I'm like, are you serious? Is that real? He goes, yeah. That's like, have you known anybody who's done it? No, but you have a fear of it. Yeah.
No, because I mean, my parents are already ashamed of me because, you know, I'm not like Muslim of the year. But neither was my dad, you know, neither was like most of the people in my family. And I don't know, like, you know, we talk about halal guys.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Watch out.
They're the worst perpetrators of it all.
So the halal guys that we call them halal guys are the guys like DJ Khaled or like
or just the average person.
Right. No, but just giving people an example, like DJ Khaled or like French Montana, that, you know, they celebrate, like they do Ramadan and all this other shit like that, but yet they go out and they drink and they do this and they do that, but they won't eat anything that's not halal.
Yeah, they'll drink, get high, sleep with women or men, whatever the preference is, out of wedlock, but they won't eat halal. I just think that's crazy. Because there's provisions in the Quran where you can eat pork. If there's nothing else to eat, God will forgive you for eating pork. There's no provision that says, you know what, if you're horny, fuck some. There's no provision for that. Or getting drunk. Or high. So yeah. And halal guys are the worst. Because they're the ones that give you the fucking lectures. Hey bro, why weren't you at mosque? Hey bro, why didn't you do this? Hey bro, I seen you at McDonald's. You were eating a burger. It's like, yeah. And what? I mean, I don't do that.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Krispy Kreme isn't halal.
I'm sure it is. I see pakis there all the time.
But you just said they might be halal guys.
Oh, yeah. But when it comes to food's where they draw the line.
Oh.
That's food's where they draw the line. You know? It's like, okay, all these paedophile gangs, you know, the Rochdale and that were down in England and all that shit. I guarantee you, right, these guys that were prostituting young girls and plying them with alcohol and drugs and all that shit and passing them around, guarantee you they never ate non-halal food. How fucked up is that? But I'm telling you, that's the case. That's fucked up, right?
So how do you think non-Muslims, you know, should view Islam as someone who has a fear of, or at least a partial fear of Islam? How do you think non-Muslims should feel? Because a lot of people feel like, well, I mean, you're basically saying, well, you're expressing the same fears that a lot of people who are not Muslims have. So, you know, what is the correct way to respond to that in terms of, like, you know, how should people feel? Because nobody knows how they should feel.
There is no correct way. There is no correct way to feel.
So you just treat it like individuals, like treat people as they are. You know, if they're fucked up, don't say they're fucked up because of their religion. They fucked up because of the choices that they made.
What's the thing they always say? Like, you know, mob mentality.
Right.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna quote a movie, right? It's probably like the worst movie to quote, but it's so fucking. You ever seen Men in Black?
Of course.
Right. You know the bit where Tommy Lee Jones is talking to Will Smith's character, and Will Smith's like, you know, why don't you just tell the world people are smart? You know, they can accept it. And then Tommy Lee Jones is like, nah, a person is smart, but people are stupid. Because basically when they band together, they just lose the plot. And the mob mentality kicks in, and they move like, you know, like a sway of bees or something. Or, you know what I mean?
Right.
But an individual you can reason with, you can talk to. But a person surrounded by other like-minded individuals who all think the same, feed off each other, and they, as a collective, don't allow new ideas and, you know, ideologies to kind of come through. But I don't know, man. I think they should just get rid of all religion. That's the bottom line for me. I just think all religion needs to go. So
to wrap things up, right? You shouldn't really fear a group of people. You should fear the individual. That's the scary part. It's not the group. It's the individual.
Well, actually, it's interesting you say that. Think about it though, right? Hitler was an individual who managed to rally a group of people. Right. So yes, the individual.
It always comes back to Hitler.
No, but you know, it's a good point. No, Genghis Khan.
No, but Genghis Khan wasn't evil.
No, I know
a lot of people always say that. They always say Genghis Khan is. I mean, we'll save that for another time. But people always say Genghis Khan is evil. Like, what did he do that was evil? He united his tribes. He brought China together.
Was Hitler evil?
Hitler was fucking evil, bro.
Does evil actually exist?
Evil exists, and his name is Hitler.
Or was he just on the wrong path?
No, he was straight up evil. He murdered a bunch of people, bro. He put them in gas chambers just for their religion.
But that's because in his head, he thought he was doing the right thing.
But that's what's evil.
Yeah,
that's what's evil, right? You can't say
that is a whole discussion right
there.
There.
But Hitler was definitely evil. You can't.
I think you're just confused.
No.
Listen.
Come on,
hold
bro.
Hold on. I know someone, right? My neighbor at my parents' house, right? He is the best person to talk to. He fucking loves Hitler.
This is the guy who wears the Mossad shirt. Yeah. He wears a Mossad shirt, but he hates Hitler. But he loves Hitler.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
What the fuck is that about?
I want to speak to him, man. Honestly, the guy can speak.
I don't want to speak to him. I don't even want to know him.
Oh, look at looks, man. He looks weird. He just called me a paki. I swear to God, he just called me a paki.
The three old white guys. They was like, "There's a paki and a blackie."
No, man. Fuck's sake, man. Can't live anywhere without fucking. And this is the worst part of it, right? I don't fucking support nothing, right? I really don't. All I give a fuck about is peace. I grew up on Star Trek. You know what I mean? I believe.
Yeah, but then you're saying that Hitler's not evil, bro.
I never said he's not evil. I just said it's something to question. I just don't believe in black and white. I mean, in shades of gray.
Bro, I mean, but sometimes it is black and white. That's just it. That's just what it is. Sometimes it is just black and white.
No, you have to look at his history. You have to look at the things that led him down.
Look, but that doesn't.
Look at Saboteur.
But see, oh man, you talking about the motherfucking Flash?
Yeah. Because that is Barry Allen, right?
I mean, but hold on. Let's break this down. Sorry, this is gonna go on a little longer because we ain't letting this Hitler conversation go before we establish this. First of all, this is a man who. It's not like...
No. We should just pick this up. Let people fucking come back.
All right, fine. So we're going to wrap up. We'll pick this up tomorrow. And you guys will hopefully tune in for this Hitler conversation because it's going to be on. Oh, it's going to be on. Any of my Jewish friends who check this out, please leave some comments.
And just to be clear, I have nothing against anyone, and I do not support Hitler in any way whatsoever.
Yes, he doesn't. This is just a conversation on intellectual basis. Just a debate on Hitler. Was he evil or not? I'm just going to right out say it. Evil.
I'm just going to say he's Saboteur.
But then who's the good Hitler? Is there a good Hitler? There has to be a good Hitler in order for him to be Saboteur.
Goebbels?
Goebbels was worse. He was worse than Hitler. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was worse.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? He was worse. Always, the artists are always, I mean, and Hitler was an artist, so was Goebbels. You know, the artists are always the worst ones, but we'll get into that next time. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast, and we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.
All right,
so,
bye.
Good night. Good night. Good night.